All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Simon Hurley, here with Ranger Ink with my Simon Hurley Create line, and I'm here at Ranger Media Morning to share some of the new products and kind of show some projects that I've been creating with them as well. So here are the 6 new ink colors in my line. We have started out with 12 ink colors that were kind of a rainbow, and now we're introducing some more unique tones into the line. I call them the colors that don't really know what they are, because some of them are kind of a little bit confused. They've got lots of different color tones in them now. So we're introducing some really fun ones, but what that means is that they're able to really interchange in between all the other different colors, and you're able to get so much more variety with your line, which is really awesome. So instead of releasing a bunch of different shades of the same color and really creating different tones and things like that, so that it makes your first 12 inks a lot more versatile as well. So we have Piggyback, which is a light pink here, and I'll kind of show you a little swatch here to compare it to the rest of the inks. So this is Piggyback, which is the lighter color, and then Rosy Cheeks and Bee Sting. You can see this one's a little bit of a warmer tone, but they'll all layer up nicely, which is really awesome. Then we also have Guppy, which is kind of this, again, more of like a honey orange color, a lot warmer than the rest of the tones, but they'll go really nicely with the yellows, and it filled in a big gap because this was our orange in the past with Traffic Cone. So we filled it in with a nice warm and super bright orange, which is awesome as well. And these names are so much fun. We had tons of fun kind of going in and giving the inks kind of some playful, creative names, which I want people to kind of smile when they open the ink pads, which is awesome. So this one's called Psych, and this one's kind of a yellowish green tone. This is one of the ones that I really say doesn't know what it is, because you can really mix it with the greens or the yellows, and it can kind of look like either tone, but it really just gives a nice bright look to any of your projects you want to incorporate green on. So then Minty Fresh. When I originally chose this color, I thought it was going to be another neutral. And again, this is one of the colors that don't know what it is, because it's kind of like a robin's egg color, but you can use it with Woof and the neutrals. So Woof is named after my dog. It was one of the first colors. So this, you can see, works really well together. It does have a little bit more of a greenish blue undertone, but I love to use it along with some of those neutrals as well to bring that in there. And then Tropical Tango is that nice kind of teal color, a really beautiful color that's going to go along with the greens or the blues from the line, which is awesome. So again, lots of versatility when it comes to these. And then, of course, Crown Me. We didn't really have a nice true purple. This one is kind of a more warm kind of pink tone. So we incorporated Crown Me, and that's a super nice, vibrant kind of royal purple color. And so, of course, if you're familiar with my inks, they do kind of all three. So they'll stamp, blend, and also watercolor, which is something that I really wanted. I noticed that a lot of the inks on the market would be really great at stamping, and then would kind of blend and kind of watercolor, or they'd be really great at one of the things and not do the others really well. So we really perfected the formula to make sure that every color is going to blend nicely together and water out as well. So they're really versatile. I have lots of people telling me that they bought one ink pad and they bought them all and they replaced kind of their collection, because this is now kind of a really go-to ink, which I really love. So let's set these off to the side. Another thing that I found out yesterday when I was talking with my product manager is she said, you know, usually she would use blues and greens on a card or reds and oranges on a card, and that's kind of what she would do because those blend together really well. But with my ink, she was like, you go in with a lot of weird colors and they seem to work together well. I don't teach color theory. I don't like color theory because I like to kind of play around and mess with different colors. So like these are greens and purples together, and in between there it didn't create too muddy of a brown. In between the reds and greens, it mixed well and created a really nice blend as well. So you can see how these blend and create beautiful new colors in between. And this is that cool bleaching effect you get with the water. So I really like the look of those, and you guys will have tons of fun with these new inks. And these really add tons of versatility to already 12 inks in the line, which are kind of the basic rainbow. These add a lot of fun to that. So now let's go into some of the more design products, some stamps, background stamps, and stencils. And I'm really excited about kind of what we introduced this year. Again, lots of versatility in the line, which I really enjoy. So let's start off with the background stamps. These are really fun. Everybody seems to be super excited about these. So these are made by Stampers Anonymous. So they've got printing on the back there, which is really awesome. And the designs are really deeply etched in the red rubber, which I really like. So they get lots of detail in there. This one's called School Scribbles, because of course I would draw in my notebooks all the time. So these are those nice school drawings, that nice S. Everybody keeps pointing that one out. This one's called Prom Dress. And so I wanted a couple more flowers in the line, of course still keeping to the nice doodled, hand-drawn look of the Simon Hurley Create line. I go in here and I have so much fun drawing all of these, but I wanted more images that you can have fun and color in, or just heat emboss and get a really beautiful look and not have to do much work, which I love. Now these two are really fun and interesting. We kind of came up with this unique idea with Stampers Anonymous where they cut out some of the parts of the designs in the background stamps, and you're able to use those separately to add a lot more versatility to it, because I hate masking. I'm too lazy to mask anything off, and so this makes things a lot easier in life. So we originally did music notes and waves that peel apart, and you're able to create some really awesome designs in whatever colors you want. This one's called Timber. So you can see I've already used it. Yours will come clean. But these peel apart, and so you're able to use whatever trees you want from the background stamp. So we have a grouping of 3, 2 trees separately, and then a group of 2. And we made the cuts, I described them kind of jankety. I probably shouldn't say that about my own product, but we made them wavy so that they're not straight because, of course, a puzzle, you have to be able to know which ones go back together and fit perfectly. So if you want to stamp them separately, you totally can, or you can put them all back together on your acetate sheet and stamp them like a full background. So we really love that. A lot of people have been loving the versatility of that. It's the same price as a regular background stamp, but you get a lot more out of it, which I love. It's almost like getting a whole other stamp set with it. And this one's called Watercolor Blooms. Same thing here, this one's really fun because it's got this cool halftone pattern. So you get these cool watercolor effects, whether you stamp it with just one color of ink. And then, fun little magic here, these all pop out as well. So like I said, it's almost like getting your whole nother stamp set in here, which is really awesome. So you're able to use these separately on a card or together as one full background. And I'll show you some examples. So this is where I stamped that down separately, so I was able to create lots of different colors and tones on there, which is really great. Or you can stamp that whole background together just by piecing these back together. So let me show you how easy it is. All you have to do once you're done, just put that right into there. Again, it's easy to kind of tell, and then if you have any parts that are kind of sticking out or sticking up, all you need to do is kind of peel that to the side a little bit and stick it back in, and it'll work really nicely there. So just quickly put all the little pieces back together, and you're ready to go to stamp the whole background together, which is really awesome. A really versatile idea, which I really love that. Okay, so let's move on to some of our clear photopolymer stamps. So these are made in the US, just like the rubber stamps by Stampers Anonymous, and they do such a great job at doing these designs. So let me grab a white surface here. Let's segue into the white surface. This is my stark white cardstock. So all the examples that you see on here are with the stark white cardstock, and it really takes the ink nicely. I find that some papers in the industry have like kind of a coating on it. This one doesn't, so it'll take all your ink, it'll seep right into there and give you the nice, true, vibrant color, which is really great when you're blending. So let's talk stamp sets. These are 6 by 9 inch stamp sets. This first one is called Puppy Puns. So it's got all these different little dogs in here that I drew out, and then it's also got little paws and tails and things you can use to dress the dogs up, and of course some fun sentiments like don't let the paparazzi stop you and things like that, some fun little puns to go along with them. But I love this because you can kind of color it like your friend's dog that you're giving it to or whatever, and they can also peek over sentiment strips or through a window, which is another product that I'll show in just a second. So love this one. It's been so much fun to color in. Now this second one is called Bird Buddies, and this one has a variety of different birds in it, again hand-drawn. And I love these little birds, they make me smile. They're so much fun to add onto your cards. But then I also wanted to make sure that I did like a swing and a house for them to sit in, and also a branch, because I noticed that when people made bird stamp sets, there wasn't a lot to make them sit on, and so I wanted to have a variety of things so you can really build a scene on your card. Now this next one is really awesome. A lot of people requested it. This is a sentiment stamp set called Encouraging Words, and I don't love putting fonts. I tried to make a lot of sentiment stamp sets, and I always feel kind of too lazy when I just put fonts together, and I'm like, okay, people can print that out at home, right? So I hand wrote all of these for everybody, so they're really nice, versatile sentiments. This one says, "You're a blessing, you're the best, you make me smile, follow your dreams and don't let anyone stop you. I'm so proud of you. You're perfect just the way you are, and you do you." So these are just really fun, encouraging sentiments. I always find you need these for cards, and again, I'm lazy, so if I make a background that's inked like this, and I'm too lazy to color in one of those cute little critter images, all you have to do is pop on a sentiment, and you've got a really nice, quick and easy card, which I love. So they're the perfect size for an A2 size card, which is awesome. Now next, we were about to release this last year, but we held it off because we had a special product to go along with it, which I'll share in just a second. This one's called Flower Picking Friends, and again, more flowers in the line. They're really fun to color in, and I know a lot of people have been asking as well, because it's kind of fun to incorporate flowers because you can get a more sophisticated look or a more fun and playful look. So I've got 3 larger flowers on here. And then of course in true Simon Hurley Create fashion, we incorporated some critters onto here as well. So you can use those. They can be holding the flowers, which is so much fun in your card. And I love how small they are in comparison to the flowers as well, which is just so much fun. You can make the little ladder, them climbing it up, and also these guys could be little zombies or little mummies when you're doing Halloween cards as well, so keep that in mind. They're super versatile, and I love incorporating lots of images in, so you have lots of playtime as well. And I wanted to also mention that if you have some of the old stamp sets, like we had an astronaut stamp set with astronaut helmets in it, and all these little guys will fit inside of those. So we think of all those different kinds of things. Wherever you have older sets, we're not like getting rid of or encouraging you guys to get rid of your old products. We want you to use them in comparison or in combination with all those awesome products that you have already. Okay, so let's move on to some of the stencils and other kind of fun products in the mix here. So I'm really excited about the stencils. What I love about these is they're at a really great price point, and you're able to do a lot with them. We like to kind of incorporate tons of versatility into the stencil designs. So this one's called the Lou. You guys loved the backsplash stencil, and it's called the Lou because I found this a tile similar to this that inspired it in the bathroom. So that's where this came from. But it's so much fun. I love inking through this, and just those geometric designs give a really awesome look in your backgrounds. I did a card right here, and I just use it for texture. So this is a sky that I did with clear skies, but just a nice texture in the background to really up your card making. So let's move on to the next one. This one's called Cordial Critters, and this one is so much fun. I love to do it with texture paste, but another thing that I like to do is stamp with my stencils, and if we have enough time here, I'll show that as well. But you add ink onto your stencil, and you're able to kind of get that really awesome watercolor effect there. So it looks like a heat emboss this, but it's totally smooth and gets that really cool, dreamy kind of look with your inks on there. So don't underestimate the power of inking up a stencil like a stamp as well. Now this one is called Leafy Greens. And this one is so much fun because you can ink through it, but there's also spaces in between. So if you want a more sporadic background like this one, you totally can do that. And this is blended with that Tropical Tango ink. But then you can kind of move the stencil and shift it so you can fill in between those gaps as well. This one I did with Psych, that really nice bright color. And then of course here I blended off into white so you can really see how well those inks blend and don't give any harsh marks, which is awesome. Now, last but not least, we've continued the line of maker stencils. This one is called Window Maker, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't look like a ton in the package, but it's a lot of fun. So you layer these up with all the different inks, and you're able to get a really awesome, realistic-looking window. So in the past, we've had other stencils in the Maker line, and they have done really awesome with layering. And so we incorporated this one. On the back, we have an example of what you can create with it as well, with all the different layers and flower boxes and things like that. Also, you can make the dogs peeking through here too, and all your other different images. Maybe mask this off and put a Christmas tree in it for the holidays. So lots of different options with the window. It's tons of fun, and I'll definitely be sharing lots of videos with this one as well, because there is so much you can do with it. Now, last but not least, we have new washi tape strips. Now, these come in a pack of 8 sheets, and they can go across a card or up and down the shorter way. So we've sized them perfectly to fit on your cards. But what I love about this is we all have a million rolls of washi tape that we don't use, but we have a really big storage for. So what I like about this is you're able to store it along with the stamp set if you want to, because it's so thin. So with that coordinating stamp set, Flower Picking Friends, you can store it along with. Or you just have a really nice thin package of product in here, but there's 8 sheets, so there's still a lot of washi in there for you to use and go through. And I also love it for planners and things like that. So we made all the designs on the background, we made them with white backgrounds so they can kind of smooth it into that paper surface and blend in to make it look like it wasn't taped. So we have this striped strip here, those fun little ladybugs, and these are all designs that we shrunk down from my drawings or from the stamp sets. I love this Flower Picking Friends when I colored it in and shrunk it down so you can see this is even a great example if you want to create a card that looks like this. And then we have the snail mail, which is so much fun. They have little gold foiling on their little butts as well, which how fun is that, right? And then we have the grass, so you can make them kind of standing in the grass there too. Super awesome. And then these are just like regular washi tape, so all you have to do is kind of find the end. It's a little bit dark in here right now, but you just have to find the end of it, and you're able to easily peel that up. It comes just like a washi. It's the same kind of rippable paper material, and it's going to be transparent when you put it onto your project.
Thanks for watching this video that was filmed in Phoenix, Arizona at AFCI's 2020 Creativation event. If you liked this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.